The controller class, debatably the second most popular class behind duelists, is unified by one main ability, smokes. Whether you're playing Omen, Brimstone, or Viper, your main use throughout the game will be placing your smokes, whether that be on attack to push in or on defense to stall the enemy. Because of all these agents have the same purpose, however, it can sometimes be hard to choose between them. Because of this, we have created a list discussing the advantages and disadvantages of each agent in order to help you make this choice. Hello, my name is Renox, and today we'll be discussing the best controller to play in different situations. Although this list isn't meant to be a black and white tutorial regarding what character to play in all situations, we hope to help you realize which agent is best for you, and more specifically, which to play in different situations. If presenting the pros and cons leaves you a bit stumped on what agent to play, don't worry. We have chosen which character is the best to play during both solo queue and group play. Stick around until the end of the video and see our choices, and more specifically, why we have chosen them in the manner we have. Before beginning this list, however, you know we can't skip over our customary question of the day. The one that we have set up today is surely one that will excite CSGO players. Would you like to see an automatic sniper added to the game? Although automatic snipers are often viewed as toxic by members of the pro community, it seems to be a significant portion of CSGO's lore and something that has become an inside joke for players for many years. Do you think that the addition of an automatic sniper would have the same effect on Valorant players, bringing them together over time, or do you think it would only act to decrease the competitive integrity of the game? Personally, I believe that this implementation will create variety in the game and allow for a maybe more enjoyable experience. What do you think? Let us know in the comments down below, and we'll be sure to read as many as we can. For the first controller of this video, we're going to be going over debatably the most popular, OMEN. This agent, having many fun abilities, requires a high level of skill to play well, making him harder to play than both Brimstone and Viper. Because of this, if you wish to play OMEN in your competitive games, it's crucial to learn where he excels and where he falls behind compared to other agents. First off, his signature ability, Dark Cover, also known as his smoke, is one of the most advanced abilities in the game. When activated, you will see not only where you're putting your smoke through walls, but also where your smoke will land, allowing you to create one-way smokes very easily. Although this can also be done on Viper, this is one significant advantage that OMEN has over Brimstone. Furthermore, as you may or may not know, although OMEN has less smokes than Brim, they are much bigger, allowing him to cover certain angles with one smoke while Brimstone may require two. Furthermore, when compared to Viper, OMEN's smokes are also very strong on attack. While Viper is forced to reveal her location by throwing her smoke grenade prior to detonating, OMEN is able to throw his smoke at any time and from any range, giving him a sneak factor that is unmatched by any other controller agent. Furthermore, his second ability, Paranoia, is one that is not similar to any other controller agent in the game. Acting as a flash that can move through walls, increased game awareness on OMEN allows players to blind their enemies very easily while pushing in, allowing OMEN to act as an initiator if he has to. The final ability that OMEN possesses is his Shadow Wall, a teleportation ability, and it is also one that requires heightened levels of skill to utilize properly. If used incorrectly, this ability will put you in an area that makes you very vulnerable, ultimately leading to your death. Furthermore, it is also important to notice that this ability has a particle effect, so if teleporting into a tight corner, the enemy might be able to see the visual effect of the ability and spot your location. Another reason why it's just so important to understand OMEN's kit inside and out. Lastly, OMEN's ultimate, as you may have noticed, is one that distinguishes average players from the best. If used incorrectly, many players will succumb to the temptation of teleporting into the enemy's spawn. Although this isn't always bad, it can be very predictable, so choosing another area is often the key to success. It is also important to mention, however, although the enemy may not see where you do decide to teleport, doing it too close to their location may lead to them hearing the sound effect of your ultimate. Mastery of this ability will allow you to recognize the ideal place to teleport, something that will ultimately come with time. Moving on from OMEN, let's discuss the pros and cons of Brimstone, the second controller introduced with the launch of the game. Firstly, he has available to him 3 smokes, officially named Sky Smokes. These smokes, although smaller than both Viper and OMEN's, can be placed precisely on a minimap at the same time, something that you can't do with any other controller. Because of this, with the required coordination, you will be able to initiate much faster with the use of Brimstone smokes. Secondly, his Stim Beacon, an often very overlooked ability by newer players, is very useful in winning duels and overtaking sites. As you may have noticed, although the Stim Beacon itself has a nice range, walking through that range allows you to gain a faster fire rate for several seconds after leaving, allowing for strong team plays while attacking. Furthermore, on defense, this can be used to stop pushes or win duels while stuck in corners. This ability, however, similar to Omen's teleport, requires some good game awareness. If used at the wrong time, the enemy may be able to push in and get an easy kill while the stim beacon animation is finishing, something that you want to avoid at all costs. If you feel like this may happen, it is ultimately best to shy away from the utilization of this ability and simply fight as you normally would. The last and final ability that Brim has is his Incendiary, more commonly known as his Molotov. This ability, similar to Omen's Paranoia, is utilized to clear enemy angles on attack in addition to stopping pushes on defense. This can be very inconsistent, however, due to the bounces that occur once the Molotov hits the ground, something that you should watch out for when utilizing this ability in-game. Lastly, Brimstone's ultimate, named Orbital Strike, can be used very often to stop bomb plants or kill enemies planting the spike. This is ultimately the best time to utilize this ability only because you're sure of the enemy's location, something that you can't say for most of the game. As you may have noticed, although Brimstone is still a very good agent to play, his abilities are much less complicated than Omen's. Because of this, he can be picked up and used at a much higher level by players who choose not to play Brimstone as often. Furthermore, his abilities, if used well, can allow for a high level of team play, unlike Omen or Viper respectively. The last and generally worst controller agent we will be going over today is Viper. Although Viper has gained several buffs over time, her abilities are still not comparative to that of Omen or Brimstone. She has found a way to make it into high levels of gameplay due to her redeeming ultimate, but her general play throughout the ladder has not seen much use for a good reason. Firstly, her smoke, named Poison Cloud, is a grenade that can be detonated at any time. This removes the player's ability to utilize it as a reaction ability and forces them to place it in a location from the start of the round on defense or soon after a push on attack. Furthermore, her Toxic Screen ability, although good, is no replacement for Brimstone's 2 extra smokes. This ability is a wall that can be placed across the map and utilized to stop pushes or split sites on attack. One small downside to this, however, is that enemies can see the wall, allowing them to prepare for your push before it happens. One upside to this, however, is that you can easily bait enemies and create cross-map fakes that can allow your team to gain an easy take onto a site. The final ability that can be used by Viper is named Snakebite. Similar to Brim's Molotov, this ability is used to clear angles and stop pushes. Ultimately, however, as you may have noticed, none of Viper's core abilities are special. Instead, they act somewhat as weaker Brimstone abilities, giving her no edge over the other controller agents. Where she shines, however, is her ultimate. Named Viper's Pit, Viper is able to release a smoke cloud that only she can see through. Although enemies can see, they have very limited vision inside of the smoke cloud. Furthermore, if the enemy pushes in, they begin to lose health, giving Viper a significant advantage in her Viper's Pit. Furthermore, rather than running out, Viper's Cloud remains up as long as she is in it, allowing her to activate her ultimate on a bomb site and easily gain kills. One downside of this ability, however, is that although enemies lose health and have reduced vision, so do allies, making Viper the sole carry in her smokes. Although we recommend choosing the agent that seems best for you, from what we have noticed, the best agent for solo queue is Omen. This is because he requires minimal team play to be played well. Furthermore, his wide variety of abilities allow him to initiate pushes if required and act somewhat as an in-game leader if none other presents themselves. Furthermore, aside from his smokes, Omen players don't really need to communicate with their team much to perform well, something very important in solo queue. Ideally, in solo queue, agents should be able to perform well even if they are supported by a bad team, something that is true of Omen. One significant ability that makes this possible is his Paranoia. Although he can use it to clear angles for team pushes, being able to utilize it during one-on-one duels as well allows him to adapt well to solo queue games where teammates can be less useful or ignorant regarding team play. Lastly, as you may have noticed, Omen's ultimate allows for one-man plays that can alter the round. Unlike Viper's ultimate, which although strong requires team play, Omen's ultimate can be used at any time, creating a distraction or allowing for initiation of one-man fakes that can allow for an easy spike plant. The character that we feel is best for team play, however, is Brimstone. Although Omen and Viper can still be effective if used properly, Brimstone allows for the best team-based plays, allowing for easy pushes and strong holds. For instance, when pushing in, the ability to place 3 smokes at the same time allows you to initiate a quick push with your team. If uncoordinated, this push will feel sloppy and not allow you to initiate a clean fight. Furthermore, with the proper cohesion, you'll be able to utilize your stim beacon on attack in order to activate the buff on 4 or more players, giving you a significant advantage when initially pushing onto a site. Things like these, although somewhat situational, allow for clean pushes throughout the game that could lead to easy round wins. If you would be playing other agents, although not bad, you wouldn't have as much impact on crucial rounds. If you would like to get better yourself in any area of the game, whether that be solo play, team play, or regarding a specific agent, feel free to visit ProGuides.com, where our coaches can assist you with any of your gameplay needs. Throughout our one-on-one sessions, you will be provided with help on your personal areas of weakness, allowing you to rank up much faster than before. If you wish to do so, you can also utilize our new VOD review feature, where in less than 24 hours, our pros will provide you with a fully analyzed video of your gameplay. All you have to do is submit a match and wait for our pros to do what they do best. Whether you choose to play OMEN, BRIM, or VIPER, we hope that the tips we have provided you with today help you on your path to improvement. If nothing else, the pros and cons we have outlined in this video should give you a clear boundary regarding how to play each of the 3 controllers, something that may have seemed slightly blurry in the past. When taking all these gameplay styles into consideration, choose which best correlates with your style and choose that agent. To sum it up, more aggressive players should cater towards OMEN, people who prefer team play will likely have the best time playing Brimstone, and ability-based players will likely excel with VIPER. With that said, good luck, stay safe, and I wish you all great games.